So I think, folks, this is the Grand Bazaar of Isfahan, but all shops are closed because it's Friday. So the Sunday of Europe is the Friday of Asia, certainly in Muslim countries. But I'm heading towards a mosque, which they say opens at 11, which I find bizarre because I think mosques and churches should be open all the time. But anyway, let's see what happens. Folks, I just want to point out that the arches on these grand bazaars are absolutely fantastic. The ground is great. The surroundings, obviously, they have become modern because they need to secure their shops. But the arches have been left alone, the roof. And that shows great architecture. No steel supports, just the way they lay the bricks. And a physics that I find very hard to understand, though I do understand it just barely. And the passages go on forever and ever.
So folks, this is the old settlement, and as you can see on the right hand side is the old mosque. Not many people live in the old settlement. They're just left to decay, to become more and more derelict as time passes on, but certainly something worth having a look at. I can't tell you what it's called because sometimes I get lost in these mazes and Google's not helping me either. So I hope you enjoy.
Well, there's these scales that are hanging off the ceiling, and in Farsi these are called tarazu. I don't know what they symbolize. Maybe justice in the bazaar, because this is one of the entrances of the Grand Bazaar. What I've realized is a lot of the grandeur in these places is actually the doorway, the entrance to the building. Not so much the internals. I mean, some of them have beautiful internals, but the doorway, or the doorways rather, are often very magnificent. Persia Trade Center.
One thing I have noticed is the natural light that comes through the skylights of the roof. They're only small openings, but they let in an immense amount of light. And then, look at that. Health and safety gone wrong. Nothing like this would be allowed to happen in Europe, but in Asia, it all works and the job gets done.
So I wanted to show you this arch, this beautiful arch. And I would trick you if I said that's all I'm showing you, because there's other arches, but that would be the trick also. And there's that beautiful blue sky. But really what I wanted to show you was this. Obviously the fountain, but look what's beyond the fountain. I'll head in that direction so we can get a closer look.
What a beautiful courtyard.
Poor attempt at a 360 shot. Very poor attempt. Very, very poor attempt. But when I get closer, you'll see some of the magnificence over there. In the meantime, continuing with my 360 shot. This, folks, is Aligarh Palace. I only know this because it actually is written on front of the doorway. Otherwise, alas, I would be lost. But it is quite magnificent, especially the roof. Let's head inside, shall we?
An attempt to enter the palace has failed. It's closed. So I'll show you what I can from the outside. I should have planned this a little better, but I'm riding so hard I really don't know where I'm going to be and what I'm going to see in the city I finally end up in. I guess that's how the cookie crumbles when you travel long haul distances.
Look at this beauty. Literally, such a beautiful thing. Like I said, the arches that they make are phenomenal. The workmanship, the craftsmanship, the design, the effort, the skill, it's all second to none. So folks, this is called Jahan Square. I've just found that out, and it's a beautiful place, really is. And I love the fact that lots of people are here are with their families, children in the pool, women, men cycling just around the square. It's quite a long square, so I think a couple of circuits would clock up a fair few kilometres.
I have no room on my bike, so I can only window shop. But window shopping is a pleasure. I've realized this recently.
This is another palace, and for the life of me, I've lost its name. But it's quite grand, and it's in a park, a bagh, as they would say in Farsi.
A visit to Isfahan wouldn't be complete without checking out their wonderful bridges. Real architectural beauties. Have a look. Tell me if you agree.
Oh, hello world. So it's goodbye Isfahan and hello in about 4 hours, 5 hours, well actually less than 4 hours, to Yazd. I left late from Isfahan because there were so many things to see. However, I did not see all of them because it's Friday, which is European Sunday. Most things were shut, but I saw enough to say that it was a good day, a good trip to the city, and time to move on. It's better to have a day in hand than lose days on your travel. So it's all good. It's all good. So guys, I'm not sure if you can hear me through the wind, but the weather has picked up. It is extremely desolate, the landscape that is, and the weather is baking hot. I just stopped at a petrol station, got a glass of water and doused my innards, my t-shirt, my arms, and whatever poured down, honestly my pants, just so that the air that gets through the jacket just gives me more of a cooling. It is really hot, and the problem is you sweat, but the sweat dries because it's that hot basically. But you know, it's all good. These are the challenges, and to be honest, every difficulty that I endure, it just makes me think that the children that we do this for, they endure this day in, day out on a daily basis, and definitely much harsher conditions. So carry on, we must. Hello everyone. So this is Yazd. I was supposed to go to Shiraz, but the journey there was quite long and I'd spent so much time in Isfahan. I thought, let's just head towards the Pakistani border. It's still going to take 3 days, but the weather has become very inclement, very hot, and I think trying to do 8, 9 hours, 10 hours on the bike in this weather is
I was riding to Yazd and I saw this place, and it just caught my attention. As I parked up, a family with 5 children. You've got to keep in mind I have 4 daughters and a son, so the 5 is a magic number for me. They came up and they want to sit on the bike and take pictures. And why wouldn't I let them do that? There's a lot of bikers that don't. And I think to myself,
why oh why wouldn't you? I think it's time to say goodbye, folks. Stay positive, keep smiling. God bless you all.